reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I dedicated you. A prophet to the nations, I appointed you. But do you gird your loins? Stand up and tell them all that I command you. Be not crushed on their account, as though I would leave you crushed before them. For it is I this day who have made you a fortified city, a pillar of iron, a wall of brass, against the whole land, against Judah's kings and princes, against its priests and people. They will fight against you, but not prevail over you. For I am with you to deliver you, says the Lord. The word of the Lord.
Our first reading on this fourth Sunday in Ordinary Time comes from the prophet Jeremiah. It tells us about the calling of Jeremiah, how God has dedicated him from his mother's womb. So the calling really begins with the eternal will of God. Even before the person called or to be called has been born, already in the eternal plan of God, Jeremiah has been chosen and dedicated. Dedicated for what? Very clearly, this episode tells Jeremiah, I have dedicated you as a prophet to the nations. So, his specific calling was to be a prophet. And what is a prophet? The same episode narrates to Jeremiah, what it means for him to be a prophet. He will speak on behalf of God. He will speak what God commands him to tell others. Now that is the role of the prophet, to be someone speaking on behalf of God, not using his own ideas, not concocting any thought that he will present as though it were God's ideas, but really listening to God and speaking only what God commands him to speak of. Now, if that is already daunting, God tells Jeremiah, to whom will he speak? To whom will God send him as a prophet? To whom will God give him a message as a command to be proclaimed to others? Now, God tells Jeremiah, he will be sent as a prophet to Judah's kings and princes, priests and people. Now, if you are Jeremiah, if you were Jeremiah, if I were Jeremiah, I would really tremble before that. It's already a big responsibility to be a prophet of God. But to be a prophet of God for Judah's kings and princes and priests and the whole assembly of the people. Wow, that's okay if God sends me. But God is not quite encouraging. God is not a good business person. Nowadays, business people are very particular about how you package, how you package the thing that you are selling. But God has nothing to do with the packaging business. He tells you what you will encounter. You are a prophet, Jeremiah. You will speak what I command you. You will speak against kings and princes, priests and the people, and they will go against you. The message that I would command you to speak before them will be rejected. So God is telling Jeremiah, look, you will face hard times. I do not promise you good times. You will meet with resistance. You will be a provocative presence among them. And who will welcome a provoker? No one. So they will go against you. But here comes the promise. You are my prophet. I will be with you. I will defend you. That is the consolation of the prophet. In the midst of all the resistance and rejection, know that someone will be with you. Someone will never abandon you. The God who called you. The God who sent you. And God tells Jeremiah, when you are before the kings, the princes, the priests, and the people who will eventually reject you, look firm, he says, be not crushed on their account, as though I would leave you crushed before them. When you are before them, stand firm. Do not look like you are being crushed by their rejection. Because if you appear crushed, then they will believe that you have been abandoned by me, that I was the first one to crush you, because there is no show of strength and calm in you. Wow! I do not envy Jeremiah, but I guess we all believe, as Jeremiah is called to be a prophet, we in our baptism are called to share in the prophetic role of Christ, to speak what God commands us, even when the truth is not accepted. And we should be ready to face all the adversity of our prophetic mission. Truth cannot be sacrificed in order to accommodate the acceptance and the affirmation of our hearers and audience. The sole source of strength of the prophet is the belief that God is true to His promise. I will be with you. I will defend you.